We're on whenever you are, 10 o'clock.
Good morning, Neil here with the Off the Lip Radio Show, my series Who's Who in Santa Cruz. This is the take 12 of my interview here with Dan Smart, who is with the Santa Cruz Chamber of Commerce. You're the executive director?
I am the co-chair.
Co-chair
Of the executive board.
Does it mean you share a chair? Oh, no, it's a co-chair. You ever share a chair with somebody?
Yeah, pretty much. That's kind of how it works.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the one and only Kristen Brown, who's been on my show gosh knows how many times. She looks like Jackie Onassis right now with the sunglasses. She's got the Jackie Onassis look. So please tell me what the Chamber of Commerce does in this community. And we're going to right the ship because it's been leaning a little bit. So she's going to come on board and right that ship and tell us what the Chamber of Commerce does, please.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Santa Cruz Area Chamber of Commerce really is the catalyst for businesses and community members within Santa Cruz. We're here to advocate for our business, the tourism within the area, and work within our membership to help provide them the opportunity for networking, growing their business, and to prosper within Santa Cruz County.
Before you got somebody for the job, what did you guys sit down and talk about? This is what we need.
Yeah, that's a big question, right? As far as
because it's been dormant for a while.
Yeah, for a bit. I mean, when you say dormant, I like it's using that word. I would say it's been needed to be pushed in a certain direction.
Okay, yeah.
As far as growing the chamber and growing the mission of why people should be a part of the Santa Cruz Area Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah.
And that's really the shift that we wanted to do.
If I have a business, or my show, for example, to become a member, what's the advantages for me becoming a member? Is there any, or is it just handing over money every month?
Yeah. Though it's always
what can the chamber do for me as like a show, as a radio show?
Yeah, absolutely. So even for you, here you are interviewing us. With the Chamber of Commerce, within our presence within Santa Cruz has been in this community for 136 years. It's amazing. The history this chamber has. Many of our board members alike, are the leaders within all the big, small, family-owned, and huge businesses of Santa Cruz. I'm the director at the Santa Cruz Dream Inn. We've been a member for probably 50 years. Since we were built 61 years ago.
What did you decide? What type of person did you want to hire? And can you talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. As far as the person we wanted to hire, and when Kristen came to interview, one thing she said I thought was just resonated with all of us is she's already in the room. She's already a local,
She got dug in the fight.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she's in the mix already of everything Santa Cruz.
Sure.
And knows these folks, the people we want to bring in and closer to the chamber. What we've seen over the past 5 or 6 years is, it's just kind of gone dormant, as you say, but it hasn't been, we haven't been active. We haven't been in
It hasn't been
room.
productive.
Mm-hmm. Right. And so we want to grow what the chamber can bring to this community, especially the Santa Cruz Area Chamber.
So all businesses listening, Kristen, what can you do? It's like a business calls you, for example. Come on out and chat with us. Mm-hmm. What can you do for us? What can you do? It says I was a plumbing company, electrical company. My son works for Jeff Talmadge Construction. Mm-hmm. What could you do for a company like that?
Yeah. So as I mentioned earlier, one of our big draws is the events, an opportunity for networking. You can network with other businesses. You can network with our community leaders who come out to our events. Advocacy is another really important aspect.
What's that word mean in this particular case?
Sure. It means if there's an issue in the community that could be impacting your industry or the business community as a whole, that the chamber can work with our board members to advocate on your behalf, with our elected leaders and the decision makers. And so I think it's we're a force multiplier of the voices in the community.
Okay.
And then education, community networking, community connection.
You're a networker.
I'm a networker.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
When did you see this job posted and went, there's the gig for me?
It was I think it was mid-January when I saw it come through the chamber's newsletter. And I was really excited about the opportunity, and at the same time, some of my friends and colleagues reached out and said, "Did you see this? We think you would be good for this."
Yeah.
And so I started doing my research, looking into the chamber, what they've done, where they're headed. I've reached out to some board members to set up coffees and find out what their experiences are, what they see as the future of the board, and determine if I felt like I could be the person to help bring us into that future. And after the meetings that I had, I really did feel like this is something that I was excited to do and was capable of doing. And so went ahead and put together the business plan, which was part of the application
That's
process.
what they wanted, the business plan?
Yep.
Right.
And did a 12-month strategic roadmap of what the next 12 months are going to look like. And submitted it and went through the process, and the rest is history.
You guys deal with Santa Cruz County or Santa Cruz, or just the town of Santa Cruz?
So it's the Santa Cruz Area Chamber of Commerce. We do have members throughout the county.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not just downtown. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Okay.
Yep.
So you can reach everyone.
And I'm excited to work with our chamber partners, because the county is really blessed to have 6 chambers. So we have members throughout Santa Cruz County, and there's other chambers as well that I'm really looking forward to build partnerships with.
Are you still an advocate of green tea ice cream from Marianne's?
I love green tea ice cream. It's delicious and refreshing.
I don't know, man. I don't know about that. But Dan's, he's a mint chip guy.
Yeah, I am, yes. I always have been. Yeah.
I just had some friends visit from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and took them to Marianne's. They just with eyes lit up. They were there for 45 minutes trying to figure out what you want to have.
Yeah, you have to go. It's a Santa Cruz institution.
Right? It's an institution. So, top 5 things that you want to work on. Now you've got the job. Hey, you shook hands with Dan. You got the job. Top 5 things that you're working on.
I want to meet with all of our board members and find out what their hopes and dreams are for the chamber, the future of the chamber.
Yeah.
Determine what they see as the value of their membership, so we can build on that and find out where there might be gaps that we can close and just make ourselves even better.
Yeah.
I want to continue to build up in our events, because we have a really great event lineup, including our Women in Business Luncheon that's next week, March 13th, and you can get tickets on our website.
Which is the website's what?
SantaCruzChamber.org.
Yep.
Okay.
.org.
Easy.
And we have our awards gala in April 3rd, and that's going to be exciting as well. So want to continue to build out in the events, and then working on strengthening our community connections with our community.
Did you know you could do that? I know you didn't win the election there. You just did not. I don't know what you were doing, but you're like, did you, when this job came landed on your lap, as it were, did you know you could do it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Did you know that you're the right person for the gig?
I really did. I was
So it was kind of made for you.
I feel like it was, and honestly, after my second interview, I was kind of a mess, because I was so anxious to find out what was going to happen that I spent that day putting together.
He doesn't look too tough, though, right?
She interviewed with 9 of us, I think it was. Yeah.
Oh, she did?
A mix of board members and committee members, yeah.
It wasn't the interview that made me, it wasn't a mess because of the interview. It was because I was so anxious and eager to get started that I sat down and created spreadsheets of who I wanted to reach out to if I get the job, and what my first month was going to look like.
When did you know you got the job?
It was the next day.
Yeah, I think it was the next day we made the offer to Kristen, and one thing it was so honorable on her part wasn't supposed to start till March 1.
Yeah.
Was when but we had our community leadership visit we do every year to San Luis Obispo with over 25 local members and dignitaries of Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
She said, "Well, can I jump in on the CLV, on the community leadership on the 26th?" Absolutely.
Why did you need to go down to San Luis Obispo?
Yeah, good question. So we do this trip every year, and we've been to many destinations: Boulder, Colorado, Monterey. We've been locally, Tahoe. Does
chambers come here?
Some, yeah.
Okay.
They should more. Yeah. And we get so much out of it. I love it when we have new people on the community leadership visits, because they realize how valuable it is. Yeah. Number one, you're hanging out and networking with 25 to 40 people from our area.
Yeah.
You have all the different membership base, going on these trips, and you meet with companies and businesses while you're in town.
Okay.
Like Cal Poly, for example, and how they work within the business community. We learned quite a bit. I think all of our city, county folks had so much to learn and talk about, and so much excitement of what they want to bring to Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
Let me ask these numbers. How many people are members right now? How many businesses are members right now?
You'll have to.
We're about 450.
450.
Yeah.
How many businesses are there in Santa Cruz?
Oh my goodness.
In your area?
I have no idea. I've never.
Thousands, right?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Thousands.
So you should have more. You're going out there to talk to us.
Oh, we're going to be reaching out. Absolutely.
You can be reaching out. So all those thousands that haven't been touched, which is fresh, kind of like they're fresh, to invite on board, you're going to be talking to.
Absolutely.
Okay, look at everybody. She's coming. She's coming for you. Ready? You're excited?
I'm thrilled.
Yeah?
I am so excited. We really hit the ground running last week with that community leadership visit. This week, I'm again reaching out to board members, reaching out to community members, elected officials. I'm just really excited about what comes next, what the future of the chamber looks like.
What are we doing? What Santa Cruz? Just Santa Cruz alone. What do you think is important to Santa Cruz as far as what you're doing? Just based upon our little town of Santa Cruz.
Yeah, I mean, housing is always a really big issue. Workforce development for the business community is a really big issue that I think I'm excited to partner with a lot of our organizations that do workforce development. We have literally the best community college in the country, at least the state. Right. I mean, Cabrillo is amazing, UCSC.
Yeah.
So housing, workforce development, cost of living, transportation. These are issues that I think we feel throughout the county, but definitely in Santa
you can't
Cruz.
but cost of living is cost of living.
Yeah.
Transportation is being worked on, right, by the supervisors.
Well,
The bus lane and so forth, a new bus terminal downtown, right?
Yeah, and these are the kind of initiatives, community initiatives, that the chamber can partner with the organizations that are making these things happen, and also be at the table to be a voice and say, hey, this is how the business community can contribute, or this is how we might be impacted. It's important to have a voice at the table.
So you guys have a big net, right?
Yeah.
What you can lower yourself onto and take and grab and pull into the chamber.
Absolutely.
Well, Dan, I think you got the right gal.
I think so. We're so excited to have Kristen join the team.
Yeah.
And
really appreciate it. And anytime you can use my show for anything you want, you know what to do. Just give me a shout, and I'll come down here and interview. So, really appreciate you coming down here today. Good luck, young lady.
Thank you so much.
You're the right person for the job. I'm very proud of you, what you did. You stuck with it, and
Thank you.
That's something good. This that ended, and now this is beginning for you. And I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
You're very welcome. See you later.